Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And this is a great demo for us because it's two Stratomocasters
from Fender. Now this is a simple demo, but you're gonna have to make your mind up fast if you like these guitars, because these have just been done as an early 2015 limited run.
I like these guitars.
Okay, so some of you may know that Fender made a couple of unusual high-profile appointments to their board of directors last year. In the Edge and Bono from U2 joined the board of directors.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit, an unusual step, but let's be fair. The Edge has been one of the most influential guitar players of the last 20 or 30 years out there. And some might say, although there has been no official kind of link between this guitar and the Edge, but some might say that the sort of the all black hardtail Fender Strat thing has been a weapon of choice of the Edge at many a U2 gig for a long time now.
Yes.
And so perhaps he had a little hand in this, but that's not the
You're saying
official
the Edge has got a little hand? I was massively into Joshua Tree, Under a Blood Red Sky, even things like Boy and War. Yeah. And
I must admit, I was a massive U2 fan, probably up until the Joshua Tree. So everything, the Under a Blood Red Sky and War and Boy was classic timing for me. I was a teenager, kind of angsty, rebellious, loved it.
Yeah.
And then after the Joshua Tree, I would say I liked some of it. I kind of, some albums they would do, I kind of go, I kind of like that kind of direction. And others, it was like, I'm not so sure. But yeah, early U2 stuff was just
I was really into Zoo and The Fly, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's some of the weirder stuff.
I'm not afraid to admit that I modelled myself on the Edge from the age of about 12 to about 16.
Go on then.
He was my hero. And so that kind of thing very much is something that I like. And some of the people that have followed me for a long time will know that actually I made a guitar that looked just like that, with the one exception that it was scalloped. And I loved that guitar for many a year until I ran into financial difficulties and had to sell it to a good friend of mine. But I think that's the classic. It's just a great Strat and hardtail. Oh, yeah. I love hardtail Strats.
So this is one of the really good value American ones here. So this is from the American Special series. So one of these is going to set you back about $750. That's English pounds, including our horrendously high sales tax that we have over here that you lucky people in America don't.
But that's a good price for what you get, though.
Yeah. So this is a American Special body, all maple neck, 70s sort of style, larger headstock, kind of classic C-shaped profile, satin finish on the neck, jumbo frets, vintage single coil pickups, and just a hard tail. So it's not a Telecaster bridge. It's very much a Strat bridge, but with nowhere to sort of put the tremolo arm in, and obviously if you look on the back, it's just strung straight through the body.
Yeah.
Two colours. The classic kind of 3-tone sunburst with the. I think this is the I don't know if it's the. I don't know if the black edging on the burst is a sort of is a bit deeper and therefore a sort of a 70s thing, or if it's just because it's got a black scratch plate that it kind of sets it off like that. But it's a definite 70s kind of vibe to these guitars.
They look great, and they play really nicely.
Yes.
And I mean, they should do because they're Fender USA models.
Yeah. Come with a gig bag, which is nice.
No case.
No, American Special. I don't think ever comes with a case. It's part of the reason they get the price down a little bit.
I didn't know that.
So, but yeah, these are kind of cool.
Big jumbo frets.
They are big jumbo frets.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that actually.
So, should we do some sort of?
Well, let me give them some tones.
Yeah,
let's start
do
with the little thin trebly one.
You know what we should do? We should literally, what's the right word? Kind of
AB,
because we got exactly the same guitars. I have a Fender. Rob has a Marshall.
I've got a real amp.
So, So, yeah, with all the volumes and tones turned up, this is Rob's. What are you doing? Neck
I'm going
bridge?
bridge. Ready?
Okay.
Bridge. Oh, I got a little bit of gain though. That's cheating, isn't it?
No, but that's what Marshalls do, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
So,
okay. So here's my first notch up.
Yeah.
You got the arm position wrong.
I've got out of tune position. Hang on, I just press the button.
There's no button, Lee.
Nothing.
That's a different brand.
Didn't do it.
You can't do that with Fender. Not yet, anyway.
Hang on.
So here's my G.
Yeah. Here's my G.
Middle position with an A chord.
I might go extra special A.
Up another notch, C. Neck position, D. We do that again.
Okay.
Neck position, D.
So there you go.
If that gave you any indication of tone, I'll be, my
monkey's
brother's
uncle.
Mothers will be Uncle Rob or something. But
there's some really handy advice on the neck plate on the back of the guitar.
Don't stick it in a wheelie bin.
Don't put it in a wheelie bin.
Nah, because you won't get your money for it.
Don't do that. Yes, and you can rest assured that in Europe it is CE approved. So
yeah, but any guitar sold in Europe has to be.
I don't really understand. CE is some sort of electrical conformity, and as far as I'm aware, there's not a lot of electricalness in it. Well, I suppose there's some electricalness.
Well,
in the
there's
guitar,
a bit. Yeah, but let me show you some of the tones with lead because I love this guitar.
Why don't we jam then?
Okay, that's a great idea.
Okay, why don't we jam?
Earlier, you might have heard us doing a little inspired riff that Lee came up with and went, wait a minute, it sounds just like...
So what you need to do is that's from a famous film
Yes.
during a famous scene, and what you need to comment in the section below is what the sort of manager of that particular establishment was saying whilst that
any quotes from that film would do, actually.
It is one of my absolute favourite films of all time.
I love the way it just suddenly changes halfway and becomes a different film.
Yes, it's like I'm not going to tell you what it is. You just have to go and find out. Are there any other sort of inspired?
Giving it away now, Lee.
Sorry,
giving it all away, mate.
Or any other, I don't know, Francis Ford Coppola. or
Akira Kurosawa,
Ridley Scott, or George Lucas inspired riffs that we could do.
Don't say George Lucas to me.
Why?
Just because,
What's your problem with George Lucas?
Because what happened with Star Wars?
Yeah, that's true.
It was Star Wars.
Yeah, Disney crap, rubbish.
No. Actually, I don't know if you've seen. Oh, this is great. I don't know if you've seen the new.
I've seen the trailer for Star Wars 7 or whatever.
It looks like it's going to be really good. I'm excited.
I did.
The previous.
How messed up does Luke Skywalker look in it? He just looks like a tramped drug addict.
Well, he's supposed to look messed up. He's been through some hardship, Lee.
Oh, really? Okay.
His hand was severed by his father. He was in love with his sister.
Oh,
that's
a messed
hardship.
Up relationship, isn't it?
That's
it's
messed
up relationship.
But the new film looks really exciting. I'm really excited to see it.
What's it called?
It's called the new Star Wars film.
Yes, that's correct.
Quite disturbed by the number of racist comments at the fact that there's a black person in the intro of the trailer.
What?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, they had Lando in every other Star Wars film, but I don't know what people's problems.
So what? Anyway?
Racists, stop being racist. Because we're all a race.
Still comment like that nowadays.
Yeah. Back on track.
good. That had that kind of almost Hendrixy. That sounded more like Rob Chapman. The first one sounded more like Jimi Hendrix. That's
because I was down a semitone. I think a tone actually. That's probably what it was. It's the tuning. It's all about them big bends, bro.
YouTube, pick 3 chords.
Hello, my name is YouTube, and I'm going to choose C, D, and A.
Okay. Well, let me tune though.
No. Oh, okay then.
C, D, A. To be fair, out of the box, they're a bit stretchy, out of tuney a little bit. But then,
problem, isn't it?
I mean, that's what you get with out of the box guitars.
That's all right.
I really enjoy Lee's wiggly stretch method. Most people, like I would do this. I hold the string and then I. But what Lee does is a little bit different. It's the wiggle stretch method. That's also his special kung fu technique. He has the waving. It's the waving punch arm. If you strike you with waving arm punch, you die in second.
Do you still get? I always get that sort of. You can't help but go. Oh.
No. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Let's talk about injuries. The worst injury I ever sustained from a guitar was, comment that in a section, mine was stretching a string. It was a G string. It snapped at the nut, which never happens, and it whipped over and it embedded in the back of my hand.
Wow.
I don't think
like
it
Day
was
of the Triffids.
I don't think it was
Literally came out and went.
It went. What?
Did you go blind?
It was literally like this. It was like in my hand. But unlike an axe, it was a string. But it went in deep, and I had to actually pull it out of my hand.
I have the one that every single guitar player is going to have, which is that at some point, whilst just literally putting your hand down here, you've literally just poked the end of the E string straight into your finger. You know, like the little bit of the E string that just where you've cut it off like that. It just goes, and you go, ah! and you get this little tiny drop of blood that just comes out like
I
that.
thought you were going to say you put your finger here while your robot tuner was working.
Can you imagine?
And it
And
clamped
just
and
slapped
took
your
his finger clean
and-
off.
God, there's got to be a health
Clean
and
off.
safety warning.
Like
on
if
those
you put
things,
all
aren't
of them through there while it was robot tuning.
That was a Gestapo torture technique with Gibson robot guitars, and it speak, tell us all your secrets. It's like, don't put it in, Dad.
I can't wait for the spoof film one day where someone's just gonna have like an army of robot guitars like marching towards people like.
That was a bit like the Pink Floyd the Wall video or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that had hammers, didn't it? But you know, was
We
it
don't
guitars
need
walking along?
no education
remember.
unless you want to get a job
can't
and have a
remember.
career
Yeah,
and enjoy your
absolutely.
life ultimately. Find a life partner and have children settle down. Okay.
Weren't all of Pink Floyd sort of university graduates? It was an ironic
Yes.
song then, wasn't it? Really?
Well, they had
Yeah.
education. I've met David Gilmour.
Lovely.
Well,
chap.
I say met,
Lovely.
seen him, and he saw me, and he waved at me from his yacht.
My father-in-law was a removal man, and he moved his house once,
Wow.
and he said he was a very nice chap.
We're practically family.
Yeah, pretty
When
much.
I say waved at me, it was like
He just went,
because I was going David, David,
is that security?
David,
That one there.
and he went like that. But I felt acknowledged.
Is he Dave or David Gilmour?
Well, I
think
would
he's-
call him David to his face.
I think David is what he prefers to be.
I think he might live several rows above me in Brighton.
No, he doesn't.
No, I think he does.
No, I know where he lives. He doesn't live.
Oh, he
in
doesn't
Brighton.
really?
No.
Well, I know Nick Cave lives near me.
Ah, maybe.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I'm pretty sure that David Gilmour lives.
What's his address?
He lives. I think the River Thames is in his back garden.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
He's the Queen.
Yeah. But no, I don't know about that. I think isn't it Surbiton or no, not Surbiton.
I don't know, but talking of Queen, they were amazing when I saw them. We should stop bantering.
or something like
People
that.
told us off for not bantering, and now we're doing too much banter. I think because we're both healthy again.
We are both healthy. We've had a nice break. Rob and I actually haven't seen each other before today for about 6 weeks, which is the
been
longest
too
we've
long,
been apart.
man.
You know, and then you know what they say about parting makes the heart grow stronger.
I've missed you, Lee.
Something like that.
I've had such adventures in Korea. I wish you'd been there with me.
Yeah, next time I'll come to Korea. It'll
Yes.
be awesome.
It will be awesome.
It'll be
You're
awesome.
going to enjoy what I enjoyed, which is ordering a vegetable broth and getting a bowl of octopus.
I've been to a vegetable brothel once actually before.
Had a bowl of orifice. Anyway, so these guitars are great. And
Yes, Fender. I apologise. Where did that video go?
to be honest, we just need to go, here's a great guitar.
I know.
Because they are great guitars.
To be honest with you, when Fender take a Strat and just put a hard tail on it, you're really struggling to fill up sort of 15 minutes worth of information in these videos, aren't they? Which
Not
is why we
really.
sort of just
It's
have
just
to
a
go
great
off topic.
guitar. You know what? Oh, Chapman should really make a hardtail ML1.
Oh, have to get Chapman into every video that we
Not
do.
really. I just want to do it now, and it should look a bit like that.
On the original ML1,
Yeah.
don't forget, they actually used to come with a little bit of wood, didn't they, in the back that actually hard-tailed them.
Yes.
You remember? And you had you put like some sort of Tibetan
Yeah.
writing on them, didn't
Yes,
you?
I
If you've
put-
got an original, we're going back now to pre-Korea days, but yeah, they always.
I'll
used to
tell
come
you
like that,
something
didn't they?
fascinating about that. It's actually a kind of cuneiform that I invented.
Oh, what?
A kind of cuneiform?
What's that, like a uniform that a unicorn wears?
No, cuneiform is a kind of ancient writing where they used the end of a reed stick to dig into clay to make individual marks. I just made up some characters that represented something to me.
Okay.
It represented I am open and receptive to all good. Because,
Ah.
yeah, it's kind of like it's like hater spray. I drink hater spray, but I've got it in the back of my trem unit on my trem block. What? Yeah. It's good. Anyway, I just turned the amp up a bit.
Yes.
Here, and I put a bit more gain on. I thought you'd like to hear what it sounds
would
like,
like
if
to
you
hear
gun
this.
it a little bit,
Go on then.
just out of interest. I forgot that I'd stretched it horrendously.
Yes, you had. It does sound great.
I'm
doesn't
enjoying
it?
that.
Well, this goes back to the old adage of actually relatively weedy kind of pickups, but into a fat, gainy amplifier.
Yeah.
Give that kind of. They work.
Ingve
It just
tone.
works, doesn't it?
Ingve tone,
It
that's what I
works.
give you.
I think you need more reverb.
I need more.
on it.
I don't need more reverb. That's the problem with this rig.
Right.
Hold on. Let me turn the
It's
reverb
1
off.
o'clock.
Oh, it needs more Hatsumi Miku. That's what that needs. That's a great sounding
Sounds
guitar.
great.
That's a
doesn't it?
rig.
Yeah, this is, by the way, JCM 800. I know we've used this lots of times before. JCM 800, but with a greenback loaded 4x12, which I think Marshall called the 1960 a classic.
That's what they call
But
them.
it is a monster. In fact, it's one of those, it's quite expensive, the JCM 800 head. I mean, even if you live in the UK, and I think UK prices are generally better than American ones on Marshall amps, but yes, it's not a cheap amplifier, but it's a pro amp, isn't it? It's a proper...
I thought that was the cue to play It's a Monster. That wasn't a cue to play It's a Monster, was
but
it?
you did it anyway, which
Oh,
is
okay.
good. So,
Well, does that mean that my pick through of Destiny calls this the end of a review?
have you seen this pic? Look, I found this plectrum this morning. I got these plectrums made for when I got married to my wife.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And we had this little guitar motif made, and that was what
You need a new one with a little guitar that represents grace.
Yeah, we do.
cute.
And we had all like thousands of plectrums all over where we got married.
28th of June, huh?
Yeah, 2008.
Wow.
Send my wife a happy anniversary card on the 28th of June 2000.
To remind Lee to send
because
one.
I normally forget. So.
Well, on that beautiful note, I have been Rob Chapman.
And I've been the captain.
Alright guys, my name's Rabia and I've teamed up with Musicism to teach you how to play guitar. So I've been playing guitar about 10 years. I'm the lead guitarist in the band Dorje, and I also have my own signature model guitar from Chapman Guitars. I have a degree in music performance from the Academy of Contemporary Music, and what I've done here with Musicism is created a guitar course that I really wish I had when I started playing. So with this guitar course, I'm not just going to teach you scales and chords and techniques, but I'm also going to give you the knowledge to become a really awesome guitar player. Throughout the guitar course, we'll be putting together all the skills you've learned so far into some wicked guitar solos that I've written. They get more difficult as you go through, but don't worry, I'll be breaking them down piece by piece. We'll be starting from the ground up, so I'll be teaching you how to hold a guitar pick, to holding the guitar, vibrato and bending, all the way through to awesome guitar solos. By the end of this guitar course, you'll be flying around the fretboard in no time. So let me show you how it works. You'll be following lessons along the learning path that I've laid out for you. We'll learn the guitar step by step so you don't get lost. Once you've finished the lesson, you'll unlock practice exercises to really nail the skills you've learned. Track your progress in the practice journal so you know what to work on next time you sit down with the guitar. Earn badges as you practice. If you really want to challenge yourself, get them all, because if you do, you'll be a really great guitar player. So what's stopping you? Click here to start learning guitar for free, and I'll see you in the first lesson.